Welcome, everyone, to our podcast. Today, we're sitting with partners in school nutrition, diving into actionable inspiration to provide you not only ideas, but strategies for success. I'm your host, Maureen Pisanick, and I'm thrilled to explore this topic with you and with some of our school nutrition friends. I am so excited to be with my friend, colleague, and my gosh, it's been years working together collaboratively.
Probably pushing 2 decades.
2 decades, Lincoln Yee, known for many things, a man of many things. Today, representing International Food Solutions. I have a funny story. The way I met you was kind of because we both care so passionately about school nutrition.
For certain.
We were at Legislative Action Conference.
Yes.
You know what I'm going to
Yes.
say. So our kids went to school together. I walked my golden retriever past your house, and we'd never met in our neighborhood in Broadview Heights, Ohio, until we were both advocating in Washington, D.C. for school nutrition programs. And we introduced each other because you were the industry and I was a school director at the time, and said, hey, how weird is it that our worlds are so close yet we met so distant, but doing something we both equally are passionate about?
Absolutely. It was really intriguing that we go 400 miles away and find out that, hey, we're neighbors essentially.
I love it. It's small world, but there's purpose. God brings people's paths together. Not only I'm an alum of Case, you graduated from a master's in business from Case, and you used kind of this little thought about a thing called commodities to kind of base a platform that has now grown to be, I'm so proud of you and your work and grateful to you and your work for commodities in schools.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit, give me a brief history. Why'd you start there and how'd you get here?
Yeah, my company was actually my MBA project at Case Western, as you might remember.
I do.
And it started very simply. I was working for an Asian quick service restaurant chain that was based out of Florida. And a school nutrition person from Orange County Public Schools, his name is Kern Halls, and you might know him too.
I do.
And Kern, he was innovative in his role at Orange County Public Schools, and he simply was looking for people to do innovative and new things in school nutrition. In our case, namely Asian food. So that, rewind, pushing 20 years ago.
Gosh.
He goes, I want Asian food in Orange County Public Schools. His district was pushing 200,000 kids in one district. And he simply left a message and a little note and said, at a restaurant that I was in charge of, do you have your boss call me?
Oh my gosh.
I was driving in North Carolina at the time doing some site visits for restaurants that we had in North Carolina. And I called Kern, and Kern goes, I have about 176,000 kids, and we want Asian food in the schools. My kids were asking for something different. I said, oh, intriguing. And so being a person who's running restaurants, I'm thinking it's a catering order of some sort. And it turns out—
a special day, like a global day or whatever.
Exactly. And he goes, no. I want to make Asian food in my kitchens like Panda Express orange chicken.
Okay.
And so that's what started this conversation. I said, well, I'm intrigued. Well, what does that mean? And so eventually, I developed a business plan and figured out what are the regulations for school nutrition and how to make school nutrition-focused products nutritionally sound that also tasted good and was differentiating by Asian food, essentially.
Absolutely.
And so we went in and started producing 4 different products initially for school nutrition, doing Asian, for Orange County Public Schools nearly 20 years ago.
Oh my gosh. And Kern he also consults and does great trainings and kind of inspiration to the child nutrition. So this podcast is called NutriSmart SNAX. And this conversation is so important to have because I think people sometimes think their ideas are little, and sometimes it just takes a little idea to become a really big thing. And I called, at that point when I was working in schools, like the Chipotleization of society.
Sure.
Everybody wanted, to incentivize kids to want to participate in school lunch.
For sure.
And the way we had to do it is to really mimic what we saw out there in the fast chain casual setting and schoolify it, if you will.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about your journey from there to where you're at now, because your product line is expansive. And the main goal really is to make sure that it checks all the boxes, right? It has a CN label. We know how much it credits for. We know it's meeting a sodium requirement. Talk to us a little bit about the portfolio expansion, because I know not only is it for that inspiration of that big idea idea and continuing to expand upon it, but also to help folks realize it's within their reach.
Yeah, this started with that notion, right? Doing ethnic food in schools where ethnic food didn't really exist at the time. And I started to realize and understand that, hey, demographic change, flavor profiles and tastes, our kids are incrementally getting more and more sophisticated with their palates. And they want change. They didn't want the same old products as, hey, that we're in the marketplace for 20 or 30 years.
Absolutely.
So doing something ethnic was maybe innovative at the time. It's still innovative. We continued to really beg the question, what else can we do? So in 2016, we went into the Latin food business and developed a Latin line of products. And 2 years ago, we developed an Indian line of food products. So now we touch 3 different genres of food products, and really based on the same notion. We want to be nutritionally sound, taste conscious, and value oriented. And it's with ethnic as a driving force. No secret, you can go across the country and the nation's demographics are changing, and those demographic changes are introducing new food products, obviously.
Oh, absolutely.
And schools, being that they're government oriented, sometimes are the last to change. But we're trying to change that paradigm, perhaps, and really start to introduce ethically focused, changing foods every day. If you go to annual national conferences, as you might imagine, we launch like 4 or 5 products every single year that are game changing.
To allow schools to really allow students to find food in their cafeteria that resonates with them, that they might have at home with their families, or that they try out with friends in different recipes in settings out in the world and in menus. I love this. So tell me, not only do you do this at a national level, at national shows, local shows, thank you, being a part of Innovation Academy here today, our goal really is to train the trainer, right? So when you are bringing your product into schools, we really, as consultants for menu change, help schools really embrace try days and getting products in front of students, doing theme days, thinking about ways that they can do some splash on their menu. How does your team, I know it's not you anymore, it used to be you. You and I used to be arm in arm serving stuff at schools.
That's right.
You have a whole team of people. Talk a little bit about how you help schools make this happen on their menus.
Well, nowadays that we've really diversified how we go to market, and which includes maybe having our chefs. So we have Chef Della, who previously worked at the school district, and now she also has a culinary background. Okay, she's taking her culinary and school district background and now making relevant products for school how to apply our products using in a school nutrition setting, I should say.
I love this.
And so it's really thinking about, well, what else can we do besides putting it on a steam table like Panda Express?
Right. So wraps, different bowl concepts, all of the different recipes. Product versatility.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that. So you get in a flavored chicken, but it doesn't only have to be served over rice, right?
Yeah. So we have products that are certainly what we call speed scratch, and so they might consist of a protein, and that protein can be dressed up in a different way, like you said, wraps, bowls. And maybe to your point, chipotleization of a menu concept. And so we've embraced that idea and really helped bring restaurant quality flavors to school nutrition.
Absolutely. One thing you mentioned is that bar. So one of the things is the visual appeal of having, I know your team does a lot with coaching schools on what accompaniments, how to make it colorful, how to really present it like a made-to-order concept. Back in the day, when I started in schools, it was smarter lunchroom theory. And your products scream versatility to be a smarter lunchroom, which again is, don't just put it on a tray, put it as an opportunity for kids to craft how they'd like to see it on their tray.
For sure. One thing that we do at annual conference is our booth is 1,200 square feet, and it has a full-on steam table. And if a person were to look at it, they would think it's a restaurant. Yeah. And why we did that way is really to really communicate this notion that our products aren't school products; they're restaurant quality, international food products. Yeah,
and you can make them look and display them in a way that elevates that.
Yeah, and we'll show those types of concepts, whether it be that wrap, the bowl, or something else.
So not only are you giving see and label products, you're giving opportunity for recipes that are easy to follow. When people visit you in shows, they're actually seeing and learning how to set it up for kids visually.
Absolutely, yeah. And if there isn't an application that a school district doesn't really understand how to menu it better, we can always provide that. So we provide not only the menu support, but also even some of the marketing support. So it could be a signage even.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. So ways to dress up the physical bar concept and communicate. Now, we help schools put their menus out transparently, and we love your food photography, your resources, linking it so that families understand the quality that you do. When you were in school, tell me, what did you eat? What was your favorite lunch?
Well, I always liked, I was a pizza kid, just like everybody else.
I love it.
There wasn't a whole lot of diversity in the menu, right?
Yeah.
Back then. I mean, but what I sometimes did is, I did have, take, home food from home, I should say.
Okay.
That I would trade.
Oh, there we go. You bartered some of your cuisine. I love this idea. But I also love that you've been a partner with us in our NutriSmart culinary trainings. We've used some of the fun global on trend flavors on pizza. So that's a fun concept.
Yes.
Take a naked pizza and put some chicken tinga on it, and it becomes a pizza program, which is a thing kids like, but it has a global flavor.
Yep. And oftentimes, people take our tangerine chicken, put it on a salad the next day.
Yeah. So using up leftovers. I love all of this. I love your dedication to the child nutrition segment. I love how you've grown as a mentor for me in business and in all of the work that we do collaboratively. I think you and I see eye to eye that wholesome meals fuel healthy lives. And it is our mission to continue in our careers to celebrate that and really help schools gain access to the things they need to be successful.
For sure. Yeah. Recently with our entry for Indian food, we make right here in Cleveland, by the way. Yeah. Is we recognize that a lot of there's been an increase in ethnic diversity as it relates to Muslims, and so our tikka masala sauce, for example, is halal, and so we will adjust our menu offerings, our product offerings by really taking a look at those changes that are happening.
I love it.
So while our tikka masala sauce is good for everybody, it's also good for religious sensitive people too. I
love it. Commodities that care, we'll call it. A line of really, thinking about being mindful about our menus. Well, Lincoln, it's been a joy to have you here today. I appreciate all that you do for us. I really look forward to the future and what next you'll take on, because I know this isn't the end. And I also love that you really embody, I've seen the chicken tinga dance, and you even you dress up in costume sometimes in real garb to really kind of bring this through. But we just appreciate all you do, my friend. And thank you for being a part of NutriSmart SNAX today.
Great. Thank you, Maureen.
All right.